In 2013, Kalonzo Musyoka endorsed Raila's candidature for presidency. He was Raila Odinga's running mate under the CORD coalition. In that agreement, Kalonzo Musyoka was to support Raila. In 2013, thereafter, Raila was to endorse him in 2017. What happened is, as we approached 2017, Raila killed CORD and created NASA. Now that there was no CORD, the agreements of CORD did not matter. They were null and void. Kalonzo Musyoka was betrayed. But Raila convinced him again and told him, you see, I'm sorry for that. This time round, to show you how serious I am going to put our agreement in writing, but not just that. We are going to deposit it with the registrar of parties so that it becomes a legal document. Okay, they did that. As we approached 2022, when Raila Odinga was to endorse Kalonzo Musyoka or one of the NASA principles, what happened? Raila killed NASA and formed Azimio la Umoja. So agreements of NASA, seeing that NASA was already dead, were null and void. Kalonzo Musyoka was betrayed again. But it was not just that. This time round, Kalonzo Musyoka was not even given the honors of being a running mate. He had to go for some funny vettings and I don't know what, some formalities that really made him look like a clown. It took the convincing power of Uhuru Kenyatta, and by convincing, I know you understand what was involved, to bring Kalonzo Musyoka on board and the Ukambani vote. Now, of late, the same story. There are claims all over the Azimio media that Raila Odinga has endorsed Kalonzo Musyoka for 2027. But that is not even close to what Raila said. Raila was in Kitui during the homecoming of Senator Enoch Wambua. And he said that Ruto is claiming, I will not be on the ballot, that Kalonzo will be the one who will be on the ballot, and Kalonzo is a walkover. But Ruto doesn't know that Kalonzo is 10 times better than him. And he concluded that one of them will vie. That is what Raila said in Machakos, in Kitui. You can go and check the video. Then in Siaya, during Oburu Odinga's birthday, the Azimio team was there. Kalonzo Musyoka actually was the guest of honor. And Raila got up to repeat the exact statement he made in Ukambani. He praised Kalonzo, said how they have been with Kalonzo since Kanu days, how Kalonzo is reliable. Don't forget he's the one who called him watermelon. How Kalonzo can be trusted at etc. And he concluded that to teach Ruto a lesson, Ruto will not know who among them is going to vie. To quote him, atajua ajui. One of us will vie. It was not a direct endorsement of Kalonzo Musyoka. But our media, you know them. Get excited, can create a story out of nowhere and run with it as if it is the gospel truth. So they are running with Raila hints at supporting, endorsing Kalonzo Musyoka. And people have picked this, and now it is how Kalonzo Musyoka is better than Ruto, how he will destroy Ruto come 2027. In my opinion, Raila Odinga cannot support anyone, let alone Kalonzo Musyoka. He will be on the ballot. And these are the 5 reasons why I believe Raila Odinga will not support Kalonzo Musyoka come 2027. If that is a subject you are interested in, stay tuned. If you're watching us for the first time, please take a moment and subscribe to this channel. And also don't forget to like our video if you found it useful. Now, Welcome to Raw Politics, and let's jump into the topic of the day. I said there are 5 reasons why I am persuaded, beyond reasonable doubt, that Raila Odinga cannot and will not endorse one Kalonzo Musyoka come 2027. The number 1 reason is what I call the Raila Kwanza policy. Those who have studied Raila Odinga's politics will tell you that he rarely endorses anyone. But in the very rare event that he does endorse someone else, he only does it if he's going to use that person as a stepping stone to something greater than the person he has endorsed. Case in point, 2002, Raila Odinga says Kibaki tosha. People celebrate him as a selfless man, somebody who is willing to sacrifice for the greater good. A few months after election, there is war in NAC, a serious war. The nation is told that the agreement was Raila Odinga was to be made an executive prime minister. Kibaki was to retreat to become a ceremonial president. In short, Raila Odinga supported Kibaki because he believed that Kibaki was going to be a stepping stone for him to take leadership of the country. The executive prime minister was to be the head of government. Kibaki was supposed to retreat to ceremonial duties. When Kibaki refused to make him the all-powerful prime minister, hell broke loose. That is what led to the formation of ODM and other things. So, he only supports someone if he stands to benefit a lot. And I ask myself, moving into 2027, Raila will be 83 or something years old. Okay? Which is this position that he can use Kalonzo as a stepping stone to get to? Even if they had created a PM position, it will still be beneath the presidency. Because as things are, the president is the executive head of government and head of state. So there is no way Raila is going to get something better than the Kalonzo will support. And for that reason, based on Raila's history and Raila Kwanza policy, he is not going to support, he is unlikely to support Kalonzo. The second reason are what I call the Luo hangers-on group. These are Luo leaders who cannot be elected apart from hanging on Raila's coat. If you go back, you'll find them claiming that they're going to help Baba Ukoju. We cannot elect Raila and deny him MPs or deny him governors or deny him senators. These are people whose political career starts and ends with Raila Odinga. And because they depend entirely on Raila Odinga's candidature to be elected, they will convince Raila in every way to vie. These are the people who tell Raila that Meru amejam na Ruto. Yes, Kikuyus are no longer interested in supporting William Ruto. Even colleges are tired. When Raila listens to this, he sees an opportunity. He sees himself as the winner. They give him projections. They come up with opinion polls. They come up with everything to convince Raila to vie. And Raila does listen to them and vie. And for that reason, I'm telling you, they are not going to allow Raila to endorse somebody else. Because if Raila endorsed Kalonzo, let's say Raila chose to endorse Kalonzo against all odds, and he endorsed Kalonzo, what do you think happens next? How will the likes of Orengo explain their candidate? Are they going to tell people that elect me so that I can go and help Kalonzo? Luos will not find that very interesting. So that will allow fair elections. If Raila endorsed someone else, Luo Nyanza will have fair elections. In 2002, when Raila was not vying, ask any Luo, they will tell you that is the time they had the best election because they got the leaders they wanted. But when Raila is on the ballot, it is a matter of endorsement that who is close with Raila. And these Luo leaders are not going to allow that to change. Because if it changes, it kills their political careers instantly. And some of them are still very ambitious. So, Expect these people to convince Raila using whichever means to vie, and Raila will listen to them and vie. That is number 2. The Luo hangers on. The leaders who depend entirely on Raila's candidature to be elected in Luo Nyanza, or even in Nairobi, in places that Luos dominate. Number 3 is the Odinga dynasty. The fate, the future of Odinga dynasty. The political dynasties of Moi and Kenyatta have been destroyed by William Ruto. And Raila believes that Ruto is going for the Odinga dynasty to destroy it also. For those who don't know, the Odingas have ruled Luo since independence, politically. They are the only people who can vie for presidency. They are the people who decide which political future Luos take. It's been solid 60 years of the Odingas. Solid. Non-interrupted. And Raila is like, this thing is going to die. And it can't die under my watch. So what does he do? Because circumstances are not favoring him now. There is no Odinga who is poised to take over the dynasty leadership. Winnie is in Yela. She's not influential in Kenya's politics. Whose son, Jacob Buru, who is another candidate, is not elected. So if Raila Odinga vies in 2027, it gives these people an opportunity to vie for strategic position so that they can take over and run and continue with the dynasty. Assuming, let's say, Winnie vies for the senator of Nairobi or vies for something in Siaya or wherever, or Buru or Jacob Buru vies for an MP somewhere, at least Raila Odinga would have left one of his own, one of the family members, in a strategic position to continue with the politics of Odingaism. And so for that sake, for the sake of securing the future of Odinga dynasty, Raila Odinga has to be on the ballot. Because otherwise, who is going to elect the likes of Winnie and Oburu if Raila is not vying? They only get elected when Raila is vying. Because Raila will go and ask Luos, why is it that you are against my sons? And it is. I remember he was asking people of Siaya why they would even want Oburu to campaign. Because that type of entitlement, he believes that these people, so long as Raila is on the ballot, these people should be elected unopposed. And you know, Oburu is the senator, Winnie is in Yela, and Ruth is the women rep. Ruth is the women rep for Kisumu. And actually, with Raila vying, Ruth can be easily the governor of Kisumu. And Oburu can even decide to continue being a senator until that. So as long as Raila is on the ballot, the dynasty, the Odinga dynasty, is still alive. Because if he retires, then the dynasty dies with him. But he needs to retire when he needs to leave the scene. Raila plans to leave the scene when there is a stronger family member who can replace him and carry on with the Odinga dynasty. It's the money motivation. Vying the candidature of Raila Odinga gets him billions of shillings from those who sponsor that candidature, from the candidates who are fighting over nomination, the ones who are trying to bribe him to be given direct nomination. He makes millions. And this is something he enjoys and he loves. And it is easy money. I am not persuaded that Raila Odinga would leave that kind of money, easy money, for the sake of appearing patriotic. He has never done that before. I don't see why he would do that. So I'm persuaded that money, the motivation to make more money with each and every candidature, gets him, will make him vie. There is no way he's going to endorse someone when there is that kind of money to be made just by declaring candidature. And number 5 is what I call the ego, Raila's character, Raila's personality. Mudavadi, the Prime Cabinet Secretary, once said that Raila sees every leader around him as a supporter, not as equal, as a supporter. That's why I told you, he didn't even care whether Kalonzo was going to parade himself for some interview. He didn't care. This is somebody who has been his running mate for 2 consecutive terms, and he didn't care to humiliate him and let him go through things like being vetted to see whether he's qualified. Because for him, these are supporters. They are no equals. He is persuaded that he is the best. He is the one who can take Ruto on. He is the only person with grassroots support, with the political might, with with everything that is needed to win election. Raila has never seen anybody as equal. That is why every election, even when he knows that he has lost, he insists that he has won. Because he's persuaded there's no way he can lose to anybody inferior. Everybody else is his supporter. I don't see him having faith in the likes of Kalonzo because he doesn't believe they can win. He's persuaded he's the only guy who can win. So out of his character, that ego, the personality, Raila Odinga will be on the ballot. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the reasons why I'm persuaded Raila Odinga will be on the ballot and he will not endorse anyone, let alone Kalonzo Musyoka. Just as a recap, lest you forget, it is Raila Kwanza policy. He doesn't support someone unless he's going to get something bigger. There is nothing he will get out of supporting Kalonzo. Number two, the Luos, hangers on, the ones who depend on Raila's court, Raila's candidature to win, they will convince Raila no matter what, and Raila will be on the ballot. There is also the Odinga dynasty that Raila has to be on the ballot to save. Otherwise, it will be gone. There is the money motivation. Raila makes a lot of money when he rises every 5 years than you can imagine. I don't see him abandoning that free money just to appear patriotic. And number 5 is Raila's character. He is persuaded that he is the best that there can be. To quote his sister, Raila's sister, Ruth Odinga, she made it very clear that having done research, there is no Luo that can vie for presidency apart from Raila Odinga. So, and that's what Raila believes. That is the special one. He's the only one who can vie. And so, if you found this video useful, drop us a like and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Let's meet in the next video.